Hello everyone. We are live from Mapleton, Utah. We used to live here in Mapleton and we had the best memories, didn't we?
We really did. We've been way up between like Wyoming and Utah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess up there in those mountains camping, and we haven't had any service, so we haven't popped in at all.
Yeah.
But we came down last night out of the mountains and we're visiting some friends here we're going to introduce you to, but first we wanted to talk about
the Gulf Coast, how they're really struggling down there with the hurricane and all of that, and so our prayers are with you, and please pray for those that are struggling there, and
some of you that are dealing with health issues and all of that. You're in our prayers. Look at all those people giving us hearts. We love you all.
Thank
you for joining us.
And we're closing up our journey. We've been on. We're going to introduce you to him too. It's Winston.
We have such a fun little treat today.
Oh, we got some fun stuff.
Oh my goodness.
But we're closing up our journey here in Utah. We were all over the place this whole week and just enjoying ourselves, visiting family and friends. Glamping.
Jay did a great job glamping.
Well,
you did.
I was kind of proud of myself actually. Some of you saw some of the little things we did in Ogden. We did some little clips that I went through our little town of Ogden. That was so fun.
Jay's memories.
Memories.
But he's doing great, and he
you.
drives our big rig with the big trailer behind it, like a boss.
Well, thank you. Well, I want to introduce you to.
Okay. We have these two friends we want to introduce you to, and we got to know them when we lived here in Mapleton, and we kept in touch with them. They were such great friends, and they're on
wonderful.
a little farm here, and they're going to introduce us to some of their farm friends.
Yes. Okay.
So
now this is like a childhood dream to be on a farm. When we lived here in Mapleton, we met our wonderful friends Tim and Jerry, and no, not Tom and Jerry, Tim and Jerry, and we became such good friends with them. And they live on this ideal farm. There they are. They're Jerry and Tim. Wonderful friends.
And Winston is over there barking. He wants to say hello.
Winston's over there, but we'll get to Winston in a minute, okay?
he wants some airtime.
Yeah.
So we want you guys to introduce us to your fun furry friends here on your farm. Fun furry friends on your farm. Say that 4 times fast.
Yes.
Fun furry friends on the farm.
Oh my God,
She
she's good.
Wow, that's great. These are wonderful people. We became really good friends. How many years ago has it been since we lived here?
Oh gosh, I'm too old to count years. It's been a couple.
Yeah, been a couple of years.
It's been quite a few years.
And yeah, we actually when we
at least
moved,
5.
At least 5
Yeah.
years. At least 5.
Yeah.
But I want to start, if it's okay, with my little friend over here.
Sure.
So
Jay wants to interview their friend. Now, what was the name? What were the names of your friends?
Nico and Wiley.
Nico and Wiley, and everyone's so excited about visitors on the farm that everyone's wound up, and the boys are spitting at each other, competing for attention.
oh, this will be funny.
Oh, Nico and Wiley.
Now, come here. They're having a little conversation, all of them right here.
So these are the girls on the other side of the fence.
Well, these are girls here, and are those the girls?
These are the girls. These are the boys.
Oh, the boys are the white ones.
Yeah, and the girls are on the other side of the fence, and it's causing a little controversy there.
Oh, are they trying? Jay understands that. They're trying to get some dates.
Oh, look at
It's a Saturday night.
There they are. You can see them. Well, hi guys. And there's the girl. No, these are the boys, and those are the girls. Ah, they're setting up a date here, double date.
Probably are. It's making the herd sire on the other side really upset.
Oh, is that right? And now there's. Oh my heavens sakes.
They're moving in on his territory.
They are, and it's not good for him.
Maybe we come here. Come here. I want to interview you. He has a funny. This one has a funny. Come here, bud. Come here, buddy. Come here. I want to.
Take my eyes off the girls.
Oh yeah, he's got his eyes on the girl. Yeah. Come here. Come here. I want to talk to you for a second. Use this one's. What's this one here?
That's Wiley.
Wiley.
Wiley. Come here, Wiley. Come here.
That name for a reason.
Come here, Wiley. Come here, Wiley. How are you? Wiley, do you have something to say? Do you have something to say? Okay. Well, what do you think about us coming? and how do you think this interview should go? He's the funniest one. Come here, Wiley. Come here. Come here. No. Oh! You spit at me. Did you?
Sorry.
What? No, watch.
That's what he does
You know
just
what?
before he spits, Jay.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
He's gonna spit at you, Jay.
Did you see him spit at me? I love it.
So tell us what these
come here.
are. What animals are these?
These are alpacas, and they don't usually spit at us unless we're doing something that bothers them, like trying to get to interview them. They usually spit at each other, or if they're competing for food, they'll spit to see who gets to eat first.
Oh gosh,
But
really?
we have become aware of when we're in their way because the spit is way stinky.
Whoa.
It's not very much, but it smells bad. So we just learned to not be between them and their food because you get in trouble. Or right now, like I said, the boys are kind of competing for the attention of the girls, and so if you're like starting to compete with them, you might get spit at to get away, get away. These girls are mine.
Okay.
He's gonna spit at you, sweetie.
Hi,
I don't
buddy.
want to be in the way.
Hi, buddy.
He's gonna spit at you.
Now this is Sky
This
right
is
here.
Sky Blue.
Come here, Sky. Sky.
He likes to herd the animals, and that
this is
doesn't
Sky.
help either.
This
doesn't
is
know you
my
very
buddy
well,
Sky.
Jay.
This is my buddy Sky. Hi, Sky. Say hi.
Look at the camera, Sky Blue. See, I'm a herd dog, and I can chase the alpacas everywhere.
Oh, and he
Something
chases
they don't
rabbits too.
appreciate.
So one thing I wanted to ask you guys was, and Jay too, about what is the industry for alpacas? What kind of why do you raise them?
Do you know, years ago when we got in the industry, we were showing the animals, and we learned what shows well, and then we would sell their babies as high quality animals. So their fiber is a very high-end wool. So it's very, very fine, and it doesn't have lanolin like sheep wool, so it's warmer than sheep wool and doesn't have what a lot of people are allergic to. So it's a
So it's not
hyperallergenic. It's
Really?
right. So it's
So it's
hyperallergenic and very soft and very warm. So it's a very high-end wool. We have some. We'll show you in just a minute.
that would be
So what is
great.
the name of your company?
It's Marshall Alpaca Company.
And how do people get contact with you? Do you have like a website or?
We are on Facebook.
So-
So Marshall Alpaca Company on Facebook. We don't sell babies anymore, but we're still selling wool.
Oh wow.
So we have about 10 years of wool in the shed.
Oh,
All made into yarn. So we have beautiful alpaca yarn that we sell.
do you have
Wow.
different colors
on Etsy.
or?
Yes.
Oh,
All
wow.
natural. We
Wow.
don't dye any of our yarns. So all of our yarns are natural fibers,
Oh,
natural
really?
colors. So,
Wow.
and you can see we have white and brown and beige and black, and so we blend them into a number of
I want
colors.
this off.
So
because if
sometimes
someone
we
calls
blend
us-
them, and sometimes it's just the straight color.
Oh,
We'll show you some.
it's so fascinating. This, you don't. People don't even understand how this works and how those the industry works, and so.
Oh, that's what they sound like when they're upset.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
really?
Something, want to go show us
Oh,
who's
let's go
upset?
see.
This
Let's
is
go see
Ramses
this.
over
Let's
here
go
that's
see.
upset. He's
Let's go.
by himself in this pen.
So why is Ramsey by himself?
Well, the boys get a little bit aggressive, so we keep. He is our only one that has sired children. These two haven't, and he wants to keep them away.
Oh, so they're getting close to his girls.
Oh.
And so that chirping kind of sound is how they alert. That means the boys are getting too close to his girls.
He's saying back off.
Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a really
here,
unusual
buddy.
sound, don't you think?
Well, he's
that's-
not worried about you. He's
No,
worried about
he's
his
worried about-
girls.
Yeah.
Now that's
So there's
interesting.
his girls in there,
Yeah,
brown
and
one.
they're making friends with the other boys, and
Oh.
it's unacceptable.
and he's upset about it.
Unacceptable. Whew, picking up some dirt.
He is kicking up some dirt.
Okay. Wow, this is so cool.
Well, we're going to go sit down and have a chat with Tim and Jerry.
They have the coolest farm here, and
Oh, look at your vegetable garden. I envy your vegetable
We
garden.
have wild domestic rabbits that run through the farm and like to live in the backyard. We have
Oh.
lots of babies.
What do you have
So
growing
I've had
in
to
your,
put everything up in pots. So this is my pot garden where I grow eggplants.
but not
Gracious.
pot?
No, I just grow eggplants in pots.
You better watch
eggplant.
yourself.
So I just
she
tease
wants to
about it being a
clarify
pot
that.
garden.
Okay.
What kind of vegetables are you growing over
So
there?
I've got zucchini, cucumber, peppers,
through here then.
eggplants, strawberries,
Wow.
Swiss
wow.
chards.
I've always loved your backyard.
They've done it so well.
And there's a peaceful feeling here.
there is a wonderful feeling. I love their little.
And
mornings,
look, they're ready to go with us.
Yeah.
You guys should come along. Come down to
I
Arizona.
remember this little gazebo. Many years ago, we came out here just for fun, and we just
Sat
hung
and
out.
talked with you guys.
Yeah, I love this little gazebo here. They got this cutest house.
How old is the house, the original?
1896.
Oh my
The
goodness.
oldest part of the house. And then everyone that has lived here has built another little piece of it. So it's
Oh.
kind of a conglomerate
Wait,
house.
I want to take them to see your friend over here on the tree. Can you
Oh,
introduce
yes.
us?
Oh gosh.
Yes, we have a Miguel up in the tree.
Let's-
Miguel?
He is our green-winged macaw. He is about 40 years old. So
I remember him.
Yeah, he hangs out inside in the winter, doesn't
he
he?
does. Yeah, he's been a part of our life for all of our marriage.
Can you see
actually.
that? Can
Oh
you
my
see that?
heavens.
Yeah, they can see him.
Yeah, isn't he beautiful?
He's so beautiful. Wow. Man, what a you have your own little world here.
Yeah.
I remember last time when
someday we'll have this, sweetheart. We'll have our own little world.
This is like their own little world.
It's my sanctuary.
Sanctuary is the greatest. Yeah.
It is my sanctuary.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set our camera up, and then we can sit down and chat. I didn't bring our little thing that holds the camera, so.
Oh, you do have a stand?
You do?
Tim can talk to you about yarn because he's informed about yarn. I'll go.
Oh, I am, yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Tim.
do you mind,
Why
Jerry?
don't you show us so this is the alpaca yarn?
This is the alpaca yarn, yes.
Wow.
These are the different colors. And when we have it processed, then sometimes she'll mix the colors together.
Oh, I
so
like that.
Look at
it comes
that.
out black and white.
Uh-huh.
There's a gray, and then your tans, and a white.
Look at this. This is pure alpaca.
It is, yeah, 100% alpaca. And
again, what's your Facebook page?
it's Marshall Alpaca Company.
Okay.
And yeah, you can just look for it on Facebook.
Oh, look at this dark brown.
We have many
it's
friends out there who do knit.
Oh, okay.
And so
Okay.
if they're, I'm sure they'd be interested in getting some of this and knitting.
She does have herself set up on Etsy as well, so you can just go right straight to
And is
Etsy.
it the same company,
It is,
Marshall Alpaca?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, how
That is
cool
cool.
is that?
And you've got a ton of it, huh?
We do. We have a shed full. I think
Wow.
we used to run about 30 head of alpaca.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so we had for years, we just, had a lot of processed fiber and a lot of processed
Wow.
wools.
We have, I mean, there are even a lot of people in Scotland and Ireland that they love that warmth, when they make those sweaters.
Look what
and
Jerry
Yeah.
found. Look what Jerry found.
Oh,
this,
look at you.
This will
Johnny
be
on the
perfect for our
spot.
interview.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be perfect. Now, and we'll just bring it a little closer so we can get all four of us in.
Okay. So
These are
do
the
you wanna-
coolest people, I tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
sweetheart, you get on that side.
why
right,
don't
Jerry?
Jerry
want us to
scoot?
move over
Jerry
one
scoot.
side?
That's good, Jerry, right there. And then Tim, you get real close to her.
Okay. And then,
And then
and then if I sit right here, I'm sure they can hear us
We've
pretty
missed
well.
You, Karen.
Do you want to?
I'm
Do you want to?
okay.
Oh,
We
sweetheart.
can move
You know
the
what I'll
table and
do?
you can sit in front of us.
You know what I'll do?
Or stand
I'll sit
behind you.
right behind you.
No, sweetheart. You.
Yeah.
You can, 'cause we
I'm
can get
good.
right
I'm
here.
right here. Hi, everyone.
There we go.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good.
All right. There.
I'm good.
Now, thumbs up if you can hear us okay. Is everybody? Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, we got those thumbs.
Thumbs up. Oh,
Blue.
good.
Okay.
All right. I was hoping that we'd have a nice setting like this because we were talking about on the way up some of the cool things that you both do. That it made a really impression when I lived here before because let's start with you, Tim.
Okay.
I remember you help young
Talk loud.
a little bit more loud. You help young men straighten out their lives, and I remember you were telling me about your whole life has been devoted to helping these young people, and I've always been interested in doing that, and I'm working now at a school, as a lot of you know out there, called ALA. Oh, we'll have to go do.
I'll do this first, and then I'll go back when you're talking to Jerry.
Okay.
And Winston is just needing some attention, but
Yeah, we'll just ignore him for a while.
We'll get to Winston after this. But some of you know I work at ALA, and I love helping kids find direction in their lives, and I kind of look for those that I could tell are struggling, and but this guy right here, he's devoted his whole life to helping young men and women, and
Right.
both find direction in their lives. I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about what he does because it's so impressive, and it made such an imprint on me when I was here. What he does, because I think that particular age, what age basically is around 12, 13, 14.
Most
14.
of them are between 12 and 16.
60.
Yeah.
What a time that you need to get to the hold of these young people and help them straighten out their lives.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about what you do, Tim.
Well, a lot of the kids that I've worked with, and I've been doing it for about 40 years now,
Yeah.
they're both boys and girls, of course.
Yes.
But a lot of them have had really, really tragic lives. They've been bumped around from a primary caregiver to another. They've never had any stability in their life. A lot of them have had some, abuse and neglect. Definitely, they've been discarded basically by any kind of family unit or any support, and so they really flounder. They also, a lot of them have, of course, some emotional, mental health issues that are going along with that, and So they're really challenged in life, but they're very special. You know, they also have a huge amount of resilience, and I've always been really impressed with the resilience in our youth and their ability to overcome whatever challenges there are in life if they apply themselves. And so really it's about trying to find those unique things within them, those skill sets that they have and the ability they have to be resilient in life, to be able to overcome some of the challenges that they've had to face in their life. And then we try to surround them with some supports, you know, some additional assistance with counseling and support through a family unit, or we try to get them lined up with foster care or what have you, to try to get them some sort of some consistency. Really what they really lack in life is the ability to have somebody to nurture and be consistent with them over a period of time.
So they live at where you work?
They do, yeah.
Okay.
So they come to us, they're with us between about anywhere from about 3 to 7 months. And we work with them on those skill sets and helping them to find those unique properties within themselves that helps them to overcome some of the challenges they've had in their lives. And then we work with them and their families, or if they don't have a family, we try working on trying to find some permanency in their life. If it's a foster unit, or if it's a group home, or if it's a parent that's willing to adopt. Sometimes it's really challenging to find someone that's willing to adopt a 15-year-old. You know, they usually are looking for someone that's, you know, birth to 3 or birth to 5.
Right.
Yeah.
And so a 15-year-old is much more of a challenge to bring into your home.
Like, is there, if you don't have to say this, but if someone's interested in, or they know a family member or a friend that would really benefit by your service, is there someone or a contact?
What are they called? What are your types of places called that if in their area they want to look for some help?
Well,
what is it called?
Specifically, what I do is I work with residential treatment facilities.
Okay.
So they're psychiatric
residential treatment facilities.
But we also have hospitals, and we work with kids, you know, in the hospital.
Is there a particular number they can call to contact, or
probably because you're worldwide?
Oh,
you
that's
probably,
right.
It's going to be very, you know, varied wherever they live. Don't you think?
It is, yeah. Usually, you can find if you access whatever social service agencies are in your local community, they can help direct you.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if you see me crying, it's because of the allergies. It's not because I'm emotional right now.
The allergies are so bad right now, and since we live in Arizona,
Yeah.
we get to a different place with different stuff, and it just kills you.
Yeah.
You know?
It does.
Well, what a great way to spend your life in helping kids.
I've really enjoyed it.
How many years have you done that?
40.
40
Wow.
years. Can you imagine having that
Wow.
kind of legacy?
And what are some of the things you do when you're not working to release steam or to have? I've seen you on your Harley. on Facebook.
I've seen you divert.
You probably ought to ask Jerry those questions.
Okay. Now, what I want to do, I want you to sit next to Jerry, sweetheart, so that I can turn the camera.
Why don't we just?
I want you.
I'd rather just do that. See?
But
why don't you just ask her questions?
Okay.
I'm really fine with it.
And then this is such a great couple, but they work together in the mental health area, basically. And so, Jerry, tell us a little bit what you do here.
Well, I am a psychologist, work in a private practice doing therapy. Semi-retired, so I'm also writing historical fiction about the lives of people who lived a long time ago.
Whereabouts?
Cool.
Like where? Give me a little more.
So there's a town in Illinois called Nauvoo, where people of my faith will recognize the name because it's kind of a well-known city for our history and our faith. But things happened there that we don't know about because there was a migration away from the city, but some stayed behind. And so I'm writing about those that stayed behind.
Wow.
But then there were also a group of French people. This was after the Les Mis era of life.
Oh, yeah.
Where the rich were very rich and the poor were very poor. And there was a man there, Etienne Cabet, who had a vision. Our dogs are now stirring up our alpacas. Can you hear them?
Yeah.
They're running around
Sky, come here.
like crazy.
Our dog likes to herd the alpacas, and our alpacas do not like to be herded. Do you know those?
Yeah, I'll go check it.
Oh my
Welcome to the farm!
This is what is this? That sign? See, this is a crazy zoo.
This place is a
Can we
zoo.
sit right here, baby?
Yes.
No, because he's going to come back.
Okay.
It's really okay.
But continue on, Jerry. What you're saying?
Yes. So, Mr. Cabet had this vision of everyone having equal opportunities for education and to do something they love. So if you're an artist, be an artist.
Yeah.
If you want to grow food. If you want to be a seamstress, be a seamstress. So he wanted to gather people that could live as one, where everyone had equal opportunities. So he set up this community in the same town where they ate communally. They each had their own living spaces, but there were people that ran the kitchen. There were farmers that raised the food. There were seamstresses that sewed the clothes. There was a laundry.
In Nauvoo?
Yes.
Really?
That did the town laundry. And so they kind of did everything as one huge family. His vision was there would be groups of 500 that lived together in these communities that, you know, if you were a cobbler, you made shoes for people. If you were a wagon builder, you'd build wagons for people. So you came, declared your profession, and they put together this community that lived as one.
And this was after the people left Nauvoo to go to Utah, then the ones that stayed behind.
Because a lot of people in our faith thought once they left Nauvoo, it pretty much was a defunct city.
Right.
But that's not true.
It's not.
And so this. And what's the name of your book?
Well, I'm calling it Nauvoo Beyond Adu.
Ooh.
Now, I have it with a publisher, or the manuscript's with a publisher right now. They do have the right to change the name if they decide to publish it.
Gotcha.
So how do people contact you about that book?
Do you know, I don't know. It's not quite a book yet. It's still a manuscript.
Oh, God.
Can I get back to you that on
Okay, all right.
We'll keep you all informed. So when they publish it, and if they name it something different, we're going to let all of you know. So when it's published and it's for sale, you guys can be the first ones to order your copies, because Jerry's a great writer and she has great life experiences. I want them also to. Here, we're going to put this back. There's Tim. He's back from calming her. I want you to tell them a little bit about what you did before, and then what you're doing now with your practice, and what types of patients do you see, and what do you know, and maybe tell them a little bit about what they can do in their own homes to lift their spirits and to keep their chin up.
And I love that question because so many of our friends out there who are watching this are struggling. They're in lockdown. A lot of them are in England, a lot of them are all in the United States, and some are in Japan, I mean everywhere. But there's a lot of struggle going on right now, and so I'd love to have some advice. You give them some advice what to do to keep their spirits up and what to do. So that's a great question. Okay.
Do you know, right now my practice is just crazy out of control because we are struggling so much. And we are isolated when we're really herd animals like the alpacas. We're meant to be together. We're not, even introverts are meant to be around people.
Yes.
And so because we are isolated, it's really messing with us. And then of course the world is in so much turmoil. There's especially in the United States, so much divisiveness with our presidential election coming up. It's like there's storms, there's emotional, spiritual storms in the atmosphere. And for the sensitive empaths of the world, they have their antenna up in those storms, and I tell them, pull them in, pull them in, pull them in.
Yes.
The storms are going to rage, and you can't get caught in the raging storms. You have to pull it in. So for me, obviously, I collect rocks. I have rocks, I have plants, I have this sanctuary of this backyard. I have soft lights that come on just at dusk that bring light and grounding. So my plants are uncomplicated. My garden's uncomplicated. My alpacas are complicated today because we have visitors and they're a lot less stirred up. Normally the farm is pretty
tranquil.
Yes,
is it really pretty tranquil?
It's usually pretty tranquil.
Is it?
The alpacas just smile at us, and there's none of this business going on you guys saw today. So, someone invited me to a Facebook page called View from My Window or something like that. There's pictures from all over the world of what people are looking out on as they're quarantined. And it's nature. It's the plants they have on their patio. It's water. It's very simple, uncomplicated pieces of nature. It's their pets. So there are things in all of our lives that we can tune into and ground with and hang on to that pull us out of the storms that are raging around us. I mean, we have weather storms too, right? All over the world. We have one coming into Utah tonight that's supposed to drop our temperature 30 degrees.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah,
really?
we're going to be in a different temperature zone tomorrow by 30
We're
degrees.
leaving just in time.
You are.
So, the world, our farm is going to be buttoning up a little bit for winter. My plants have got to come inside, and of course my garden will freeze.
And the caw.
And
my macaw will come inside too, huh, Miguel? But even inside, you know, there are things that are grounding. You know, my plants, my rocks that I collect, you know, just the atmosphere, the smells, the sights, the sounds, the music that I play in my home all grounds me back with something that's solid, that's serene, that's secure, until we turn the news on and listen to it, right?
Oh,
and then
right.
it all goes away again.
Yeah.
So I think it's also, you have to be careful what you let in. And you have to be careful where you're parking your antenna out in the atmosphere, because there's a lot of stuff out there right now that's not healthy. And we have to be mindful of how much of that we can handle. Now, Tim and I both are in very people-intense business, so we're out there in the storm with people.
Right. Yes.
So to come home where it's simple and uncomplicated and there's nature and, you know, cooking healthy food, listening to soft music, watching our lights come on, you know, as the dark comes every evening. Just things that reset the temperature emotionally of what's going on in our worlds is very helpful.
That's so wonderful. Wow, what great counsel.
That's helping me.
I mean, this is like soothing.
I love it.
In so many of our friends out here have a love for God and Jesus Christ, and they love the living the gospel in their way. And how would you give them some sense of stability that way too? Because there's a lot of faith believers out there that really don't know that God is still in charge of this world.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
Right.
And
So for me, my connection spiritually is through nature. That's my connector. And so when I need to remember my relationship with God, I hug my trees. I connect with nature, and that's my avenue. I also remember, you know, important times in my life where God has shown up for me, where I've been the lost sheep and I've been rescued, where I have been out on that ledge and not known what to do, and that spiritual sense of I've got your back, I've got you has come to me. So remembering those times and bringing those back alive in my life are part of how I connect. Of course, we have, you know, scriptures, we have music. You know about music, Jay.
yeah, and
You know, music is the language of the
music
soul.
it sure is. It
And
transcends
so
language. You know.
It does.
And
It speaks to a different part of us than language does, a different part of our brain, a different part of our soul.
Yes.
So that's, you know, music is another way I connect spiritually
That's wonderful.
to that vibration.
And of course, prayer is a big part of our life as well as yours. And do you see why we love these people? They're just wonderful. Come over.
No, we're okay.
I'd like you back here, baby, where they can see
I'm
you.
okay, because I'll just
So
pop
you
in.
can't
Hi,
see you.
I'm right
Okay,
here.
there you go.
There you go.
Now you
I'm good
can't-
out.
now
I'm
you
good out
can't
here
see
today.
her.
No, I'm okay.
We can do this.
Okay, there you go. There, I like this. But
Okay.
but you see what we're doing right now. Some of you are wondering why we're not 6 feet apart because, but we.
As you guys know, Jay and I had the virus back the first week of February, first and second week of February. But anyway, we're.
How would you address that when people are sometimes there's some people out there that are well-meaning, and they say, why aren't you wearing a mask, or why, you know, because they're so afraid, and they live in areas where it's really heavy, you know, policed areas where they have to wear masks. But how would you address where we're this close and the virus? How do you handle that and calm
Well, you
people?
and I had it, and we have the
Yeah.
antibodies.
Yeah.
But that means we're not giving it to them, and they can't give it to us.
Right.
I think Jay and I, since we did have it, it was almost like a blessing
I think it was a blessing.
because we don't have to worry about it. I know some of you will say you can get it twice, but I don't know. Anyway.
But we do wear our masks most of the times.
We do.
Yeah.
And we made sure before we came to their house that they hadn't been sick and they don't have fevers and they aren't, you know, they're
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think just that. I think there is something there that can drive people crazy and can depress people. I think that, you know, worrying about other people maybe and maybe not just worrying about yourself, because people that don't know, Jay and I will wear our masks around just so people feel comfortable. They don't know we've had it. They don't know we have the antibodies, you know, and I think that we'll wear them just to make people feel comfortable,
Yes.
even though we know we can't, that we've had it already. But But I think what would you say to people who are letting themselves get carried away with worrying about everyone else?
And obsessed with this kind of thing.
What would you, any words of wisdom?
Well, we I have about 500 employees at work, you know, and we actually have the rapid testers, the BD rapid testers, and we do screening for everybody that comes in and out the door. But we've had 3 or 4 major outbreaks where we've had up to 170 people have contacted, you know, COVID, and I've tested myself, I think 4 or 5 times now, 5 or 6 times, and I've always been negative. I don't know if I have a superpower. No, I'm just kidding.
You might.
Because everybody I work with has had it, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm always constantly. I wear a mask at work all day long, but it's more to protect the patients from me than anything else.
Right.
I don't want, you know, them to contract it, and so. But you know, I think that it's important to protect others and support the health of others,
Yes.
and be cautious around others. But it really is a personal thing. I mean, it's really about what you feel comfortable with, I think, in a lot of ways. I think it's always courteous to make sure that you're wearing a mask in public and with others and protecting them. But at the end of the day, it's really a personal decision about, you know, whether you wear a mask around your house or, you know, with, friends or close contacts or individuals who feel comfortable, you know, without wearing a mask around you. So
That's great advice, Tim.
I like how we had that conversation before we got here, and then as soon as we got here, we all kind of stayed apart from each other, and it was like, do you hug? Do you shake hands? What do you do?
Right.
You know, and I think there's that etiquette now that we never had to worry about before. But anyway,
it's always it's always fun because you'll approach someone, you know, and you'll, even if you have masks, you know, and you do handshake, you don't do handshakes, you know, do you do the elbow touch, you know, or you know, do you stand 6 feet apart, you know, and you just kind of. It's almost a social dance now.
Yeah.
Because you get together and you don't know whether you're supposed to approach each other or stand back. Or,
well, and a lot of our people that tune in are in other areas, in other countries where the rules are different and the outbreaks are different, you know, and so there are different rules. A lot of you have different protocols and different rules where you live. So I just think there's something about worrying about just yourself, worrying about those around you. And I just think we have enough to worry about. We have enough to be negative about. There's enough negativity out there. And anyw's that's just our thoughts.
But, you know, you can see why we loved hanging out with these 2 people over here when we lived here, because there is when you come over here, there's a wonderful uplift. There's a great spirit here, and peaceful, and they're not only emotionally healthy, these 2, but they're spiritually healthy and physically, and so, you know, that's our goal, is to keep ourselves healthy in all areas of life. And so I just that's why we do these, as we've mentioned before, so that we can keep an uplift for you, because many of the people that write in, and we love to read their emails and stuff, and they say how that not only does this help them, but they're helping each other. There's what I love to see the most is I read emails and talk to different people, how every one of these people out there have each other's backs. They've grown up with each other. They've been friends for years, and they're lifting each other,
praying for each other,
and helping. And that's what really this is all about, is to keep each other in check and to keep each other healthy and happy. And I think the Lord would want us to be doing all this. And so that's why we really do this. And every Saturday, what was it, a few days ago, we did this little thing from Ogden, where I grew up.
Right.
And it was like really emotional to go back in time, where you can go back and remember things that have changed your life. And I think everybody should do that, should go back in your life and remember the good times, just like we're remembering now 5 years ago when we first met.
We lived just down that little dirt road from them.
Where we met this wonderful couple, and you know, it's meeting people like this along the way. Everybody has those people in their lives that you can count on, and that you know they'll be there for you, and they're friends. And it's been like a year or so since we've talked, really, but yet it's like, but it's like
we just pick up where we left
yesterday.
That's when you know you're good friends forever.
Yeah.
Eternal friends. And so, anyway, we just appreciate you letting us come, and I want them to meet Winston. I want them.
Winston. We finally got Winston to be quiet,
so
we can go meet him now.
Maybe on our goodbye note, we'll walk over and we'll see Winston and introduce you, okay?
Yeah.
So Winston lives here with his human, and they are our farm sitters when we go out of town. So when we leave the nest, Winston and his human take care. So Winston's out in the barn with the alpacas, and he's a baby, but he's quite a large baby.
Yeah.
You're not going to believe it.
Only about 8 or 9 months
Everyone
old.
that's new, he still barks at because he doesn't know anyone yet, and he doesn't know who he's supposed to be barking at and who's not.
A
So
little confused.
See, we Aunt May, our sweet little Aunt May, who we just adore, has this wonderful dog named Buddy, and I love Buddy, and he would just
Buddy loves you.
Wouldn't he love it out here? Wouldn't Buddy
Yes,
just
he
love
would
it here?
run all over. He'd be chasing the rabbits.
He'd
So.
be chasing all
Yeah.
well, the rabbits know how to get away from dogs.
Oh, do they?
The
Yeah,
ones that are
they're
still
good.
alive have been able to escape the dogs. So.
They're smart.
They come out and eat bird seeds. I
they
didn't know
really?
that.
The
In the
rabbits?
winter, I have bird feeders, and they would eat the bird seed. Now I throw my carrot peelings and apple peelings, and so
Yeah.
they know they're going to get fed every day.
Aunt May feeds
So-
the bunnies every day.
Yeah, she gets the little carrots and puts them out in the yard.
Yeah.
So
Aunt May
sweet.
and
These guys,
Bernie
they
both.
actually
They
live
both
under
feed
the
it.
gazebo and under the deck,
Oh,
where the dog can't go.
okay.
So when they hear I have a bell on the back door, so when the dog bell rings, they know dash under the gazebo.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Okay.
that's how we coexist with the bunnies.
Is that how you do it? Okay.
Well, thank you guys. Anything else we want to direct at Jerry or Tim? They can maybe message you in your alpaca.
Sure.
Marshall. Marshall.
Marshall
Alpaca
Alpacas.
Company. We're on
Yeah.
Facebook.
So
Okay.
that's the best way to, if you want to talk about alpacas or what they do or how they can help your life, they'll be glad to respond, I'm sure. So
Yes.
Yes.
so
Oh, and hey, we've gotten several questions, and we keep not addressing them the last couple weeks. We apologize about the musical. Everything is going 100% ahead. It's looking great. We'll keep you up to date as things progress, and next year is going to be a fun year for us. So.
and by the way, we've got tickets for you over in England.
Oh my
So,
Nice.
Oh,
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
they'll be there.
Absolutely.
They'll be there. So
Yeah.
The Marshalls will be joining. I think we're going to have a bus. It's like we're just got this big group coming from America. Well, Keith Harris, are you out there? Yvonne? Keith,
yes.
you get your bus warmed up, and we'll all be hopping in there. You can take us all around.
And what I would love to do, and is I don't know if this is possible, but I would love to bring some of the cast members here to America and have them,
Wouldn't that be
the
fun?
fans meet them,
Oh, that'd be
so that they get a little feel of what is going on
Yeah,
before they
yeah.
bring the play over here. So that'd be
Anyway.
so fun.
Anyway,
Fun.
yeah. Okay, well, we're going to go show you going out. We're going to go introduce you to Winston, and then we'll be saying goodbye. I don't know if it's a little early. It might be a little early today. We apologize we didn't stick to an hour, but the roads, we got to blaze a trail. We're going to be staying at the Crazy Horse RV Resort in Kanab,
We did that
Utah
purposely.
tonight.
We did that purposely.
Yeah, so we'll pop in for a second.
Yeah,
at
we
the,
have a good buddy named Brooke, who's our friend out there.
Yeah.
He's minding it for us, getting it ready for us.
And
out
in
there.
these little RV resorts are kind of fun because you just pull your rig in, you plug into the power, plug into the water, and then you're just set like a house for however long you want to be there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So let's go show. Let's go, Winston.
You guys want to introduce us to Winston?
Oh, sure.
Winston,
You're not gonna
yes.
believe this.
Okay.
And let me grab this here,
Okay.
and then
Keep it steady.
I'll keep it real steady so
it
that I don't.
steady.
Okay, here we go.
Faith has a way of doing this with the
Yeah,
camera sometimes.
I kind of bobble it around, but I won't do it this time. I'll do it real steady for you to see. You would love this for him. I love your sign out here. That I'm gonna go show them the sign here. This sign. This is the funniest sign. Oh, okay. I want to show them the sign here, baby. 1 second. This place is a zoo. Actually, it's so peaceful. It's wonderful. Okay, here's Winston. Okay. Okay, now. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Oh, you making friends with Winston?
Oh, he doesn't know about you.
Oh.
He doesn't know about Jay.
Oh, gosh. I haven't got a chance to get to know him yet.
So this is us.
Oh, okay. Here this is theirs.
Oh.
Can you see that sign? There you go. That's their sign right there. Oh, there's Winston.
This is
Hello.
Great Dane
I
puppy.
think he likes girls.
Oh, look at that.
Hi, buddy. I know. Yes.
Girls.
You
Are
hang
you
out
a
with the
ladies'
packers,
man?
huh?
Are you a ladies' man? So he's only 8 months? 8 or 9 months?
8 or 9 months.
Look how big he
He,
is.
and what kind of dog is he, Jerry?
This is a Great Dane.
Great Dane.
We call him a horse, though, and he does look like a horse that's out back.
Still growing, actually. Probably
He is like a horse, isn't he?
Floppity, floppity.
Oh. Okay, I wanna say hi to him now. This is okay. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Huh? Say hi to Buddy. Say hi to Buddy.
He doesn't know.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll all say goodbye now. Goodbye to me
Nice
and
to
Jay,
meet you all.
Jerry,
Tim and Jerry, bless them.
Until next time, we love you all. Be safe.
Bye-bye.